Page 1. Forbidden Archeology, by Michael Cremo and Richard Thompson, 1993. The Hidden History of the Human Race. Over the centuries, researchers have found bones and artifacts proving that humans like us have existed for millions of years. Mainstream science, however, has suppressed these facts. Prejudices based on current scientific theory act as a knowledge filter, giving us a picture of prehistory that is largely incorrect. Discover an alternate history to the human race as the authors of Forbidden Archeology challenge one of the most fundamental components of the modern scientific worldview. Michael Cremo and Richard Thompson discuss the work of researchers who, over the past 2 centuries, have found bones and artifacts showing that people like ourselves existed on Earth millions of years ago. They explain how the scientific establishment has ignored these remarkable facts because they contradict the dominant views of human origins and antiquity. Foreword. I perceive in Forbidden Archeology an important work of thoroughgoing scholarship and intellectual adventure. Forbidden Archeology ascends and descends into the realms of the human construction of scientific fact and theory, postmodern territories that historians, philosophers, and sociologists of scientific knowledge are investigating with increasing frequency. Recent studies of the emergence of Western scientific knowledge accentuate that credible knowledge is situated at an intersection between physical locales and social distinctions. Historical, sociological, and ethnomethodological studies of science by scholars such as Harry Collins, Michael Mulcahy, Stephen Shapin, Thomas Kuhn, Harold Garfinkel, Michael Lynch, Steve Woolgar, Andrew Pickering, Bruno Latour, Karen Norsettina, Donna Haraway, Alakir Stone, and Malcolm Ashmore all point to the observation that scientific disciplines, be they paleoanthropology or astronomy, manufacture knowledge through locally constructed representational systems and practical devices for making their discovered phenomenon visible, accountable, and consensual to a larger disciplinary body of tradition. As Michael Lynch reminds us, scientists construct and use instruments, modify specimen materials, write articles, make pictures and build organizations. With exacting research into the history of anthropological discovery, Cremo and Thompson zoom in on the epistemological crisis of the human fossil record, the process of disciplinary suppression, and the situated scientific handling of anomalous evidence to build persuasive theory in local institutions of knowledge and power. In Cremo and Thompson's words, archaeological and paleoanthropological artifacts turn out to be networks of arguments and observational claims that assemble a discipline's truth regardless, at times, of whether there is any agreed-upon connection to the physical evidence or to the actual work done at the physical site of discovery. This perspective, albeit radical, accords with what I see as the best of the new work being done in studies of scientific knowledge. Forbidden Archeology does not conceal its own positioning on a relativist spectrum of knowledge production. The authors admit to their own sense of place in a knowledge universe with contours derived from personal experience with Vedic philosophy, religious perception, and Indian cosmology. Their intriguing discourse on the evidence for advanced culture in distant ages is light years from normal Western science, and yet provokes a cohesion of probative thought. In my view, it is just this openness of subjective positioning that makes Forbidden Archeology an original and important contribution to postmodern scholarly studies now being done in sociology, anthropology, archaeology, and the history of science and ideas. The author's unique perspective provides postmodern scholars with an invaluable parallax view of historical scientific praxis, debate, and development. Page 17.